Hello and welcome people back to more Let's Play
Let's
Koudelka.
freeze Koudelka.
Yeah, it's like the third time we're trying to play this goddamn video.
And it
Um,
seems to be working now, so here, hooray.
we still haven't reached the 15th second. Alright, we were past it. So, in the last episode we have discovered that we need a nitroglycerin in order to blow up those doors. Where do we get nitroglycerin? Well, do you remember that acid tank at the very beginning of the game? Like,
No,
on the disc too, there was this
no,
gigantic tank of acid that
no,
was driving me insane. That I
no, I
couldn't
don't
get
remember.
any acid that day
What are you talking
because I
about?
need acid at all times with me.
You're losing me.
In any case, we need to get a special bottle for the acid, and that is going to be found in the laboratory.
How does one scoop up the shit anyway? Like, wouldn't that burn your fingers off?
Well, no, the tank of acid has like a valve in it and stuff like that.
It's a little fountain, okay. Great, fantastic.
Yeah,
It's
and
got a
here
frosty
you can see the life drinker, the sword. It restores as much damage as I do. It's fantastic. Just with that one shot, I restored my health by half.
What? You need to up Edward's strength more, man. He needs to be doing more damage.
Oh well, that will be. That is what the what the upping spells are for.
Nah, when he
Besides,
levels,
he's
he's up his strength.
actually after a section in the next episode, I am going to be investing only in health and in speed.
You disappoint me.
Well, you will see why.
Get more pie. Get more pie. Yes!
I like to get them to like roughly
Strength.
same numbers.
More strength. Do it. No! Ugh.
At this point, it's very important. Like, if you're gonna be doing the special boss,
Uh-huh.
if you're gonna be doing the special boss, you absolutely need to have even your regular casters have a little bit more HP and speed. It's very important simply because that boss is very, very nasty. And here again is the corpse that has the box of tinders or matches or however you call them. Yeah, James decided to mix nitroglycerin.
So what you're telling me is we can actually ditch James.
I'm going to begin my work. Can you two wait for me here?
And then, what happened to the girl Melanie?
She was gone the next morning. She left with practically everything in the room.
You don't have much luck with women, do you?
Well, you know what they say. The cleanest breakup is when a woman runs out on you.
What else is her statement? Oh, but you're lucky. I mean, to have so many people to kid around with. For me, I'm all alone. I've been all alone all my life.
What about your childhood?
Yes, I did have a childhood. I was born in a small town in Wales, right off the banks of the Taliesin River. It was a small gypsy town.
Gypsy.
That's right, gypsy. And we didn't call ourselves gypsy. We called ourselves Rom. See, a true gypsy is born under the blue sky and is destined to die under the same blue sky. It's gypsy law.
So then I guess you plan on dying underneath the blue skies.
Every gypsy is given a name at birth. My given name was Slato.
Slato. got a strange resonance to that name. What does it mean?
I can't tell you.
That too must be part of the law.
The law it is.
You know, ever since I met you, enigmatic, mysterious glint in your eyes. Man, it must be the gypsy in you. A glance from thy soul-searching eye can raise with hope, depress with fear.
Byron again?
Yeah.
You must really like him, don't you?
Yes. So I feel as though we're birds of a feather.
Then he must be self-obsessed as well.
I'd rather be classified as a romantic. My father was a strict man and couldn't forgive his son for failing academically. He blamed my failure on the time I wasted inventing adventures, dreaming of a utopian landscape. I was brought up to believe that dreams, the power of the imagination, as well as all the things I loved as a child, were useless, a complete waste of time. It was as if he was telling me I was useless. And then again, it may be just that. You know, I think I was probably born too late. By the time I was 15, everything there was to be done had already been done. The Western territories were colonized. The jungles had been explored. There was no wilderness for me to wander into. No jungles for me to cut my way through. I guess that's how I ended up roaming the country. Well, granted, I picked a few fights along the way, played with fire, gambled on my life a few times. But none of that comes close to the truth I'm searching for. I yearn for something far greater. I can't quite explain myself, but it's as though I'm on a quest for some intangible treasure of sorts. Koudelka, I envy you. You have psychic powers that few are blessed with. Being born a gypsy, you can choose to live how you wish.
And who gave you the right to act as if you figured me out? Do you have any idea how I was raised? You make me laugh. Adventures. Please, you haven't the slightest clue. Do you have any idea how much pain my psychic powers have brought me? My father died when I was only a child. I predicted the exact time, place, and ending of my father's life. Imagine that, predicting your own father's death. You know, I was cursed as a child, being given powers not meant for a child. And my mother, oh, she was so frightened and so full of hatred for me. She tried to kill me with her very hands. The gypsy elders got together and decided to excommunicate me. I was only 9 then. Do you have any idea how a 9-year-old child survives without the help of a living soul? Treasures, you must be joking. Have you ever cried and begged for your next meal? Did you ever sell your body, seeking shelter from the frigid night air? I used to be just like Charlotte. When she cried and said, "No one has ever loved me." Oh, her words cut straight through me. It was me she was talking about. Just like her, I wish that everybody would die and harbored a hatred for all mankind. But you see, Charlotte has made her peace. And poof, 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 gone to heaven. Me, I'm still alive and still all alone. No one has ever lent a helping hand. No one.
Koudelka, you?
I am not as free as you make me out to be. I am a poor, dirty, ignorant woman who threw her gypsy pride to the dogs in order to live. But you see, even someone like me can do good. Because with my powers, I can help ease the pain of others. That's when I feel good about living. I don't need to be loved. I just want my life to have some meaning. And just want someone to tell me they need me. You. No way will you ever understand.
It's done. It's completed.
Well.
That was something, wasn't it?
Well.
1999, the same year. Such timeless, classic lines in gaming have came to be, such as, "What is up with that radio?"
You know, I like to think during that whole ordeal, James got done with the nitroglycerin when, like, way early, and he was just outside the door listening.
Well,
Considering how he entered literally right after they were done talking.
well, I wouldn't enter there if I were him and were listening onto it. And by the way, you can enter this place earlier. However, I wouldn't try beating I wouldn't try going for the gargoyle until you're at the very least level 40 with Koudelka. Because you see, here I'm at level 37 with her. And there is sadly no loot in this place. But yeah, here I'm going to demonstrate why you don't fight the gargoyle at this level.
You know, it says something with how the gargoyle is probably the most normal looking enemy in this whole game.
Yes. Even with how much defense he has, he's almost dead after one strike. But I'm going to talk about the strategy for the gargoyle once we actually get to the fight, as in my second attempt at it. But you can also get the idea from what I'm already doing now. You have to more or less completely rely on Edward in this fight.
Well, yeah, because your spellcaster, I imagine, can't exactly do much against this guy.
No, that's the thing. It is possible to hit him with magic. However, and it is also possible to hit him with physical attacks. The only magic that doesn't work is wind magic. However, the main problem is Gargoyle is so resistant to absolutely everything that you have to basically focus on just one thing. And also, magic is the worst way to go, simply because you eventually run out of the magic restaurant potions.
Ow.
Yeah, you see, that's the problem. He has both a very powerful physical attack and also very powerful magic attack. That magic attack is even going to do damage to your casters. So you have to lower his intelligence and increase Edward's dexterity. Increasing his HP is pointless, simply because increasing dexterity just does the same thing, or actually better. Because it increases both how much damage he can take and also increases how much damage he does.
Nice.
And then further on, once you're already stable, once you don't die immediately, then you can start increasing his strength while keeping the eye on. Well, you have to also make sure that he becomes a little bit more stupider, so he doesn't kill your casters immediately. But yeah, and also you have to make sure he's slowed down, because this will happen.
And now you're fucked.
Basically. This is also the only boss fight from which you can actually escape. Not always, but it is possible.
Just keep trying. Yeah.
It's times as many HP she has.
I love how literally he just pushed her over and she died. It's great. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I love you, bye-bye. But yeah. I will explain what is the better strategy for it once we actually get to it. And at this point I basically reset it because, well, I didn't have the resources to heal them.